Welcome to the video. Today we are going to check out the Maserati of 6-arc rifle platforms, the Geissele GFR. We have it in the 16-inch Recce and then 18-inch Maritime. We're also going to take all 4 of Hornady's factory ammo offerings and shoot it at 100 and at distance. I think you'll be surprised with what we find out. Let's get it. Impact. Guys, this rifle, super cool, right? Big price tag. Is it worth the money? I wanted to check it out. Guys, before we go any further, I gotta thank the 2 title sponsors of the video. First off, Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable. But no, in all seriousness, guys, I've been running a Hornady ammo since I started hunting. Their factory load shoot, and they drop animals, period. So thank you to those guys. Really appreciate them letting me check out all offerings here. Secondarily, Eagle Armory. I've been running with these guys for a decade, man. These guys, whenever there is a rifle, firearm, whatever I can't find, I call these guys because they'll find it. That's where both these guns came from. Thank you, huge shout out to them. Check them out. They've got and they have found things like Mark 12 Mod 1s, 8.6 B&T, I think those are APRs, the 300 Blackout version. I mean, just the most off the wall rifles that are hard to get a hold of, those like impossible finds. These guys find them. And so huge shout out to them. Check them out. I'll put their info in the description. But in all seriousness, I've been shooting Hornady ammo since I started hunting. And man, their stuff, their factory loads typically hammer as long as I'm doing my part and I got the right rifle. So I wanted to check off all 4 offerings from the 108 grain ELD match, the black 105 hunting bullet, the 103 ELDx and precision hunter, and lastly, the new offering, 80 grain ELDVT, which is what I've been running in my 6-arc coyote rig. All in all, man, a lot of guys have been asking, is this gun worth the $3,300 to $3,600 price tag it's associated with? I've had a 6-arc for a couple of years now. I really enjoy mine. Super accurate. As a matter of fact, it's become my backup coyote rig that I take, especially thermal hunting. Mine shoots lights out. I'm talking 0.75 MOA all day long. Doesn't seem to matter what I put through it. You'll find in the video later, these guns held true to that as well. But it's so interesting with this particular rifle, Bill Geissele, why did he make this? Well, he saw that he felt like there was a problem with 6-arc. You've heard me talk about the only issue I've ever had with mine is feeding issues. Now, I believe that was a barrel issue. They replaced the barrel. I haven't had any since. But that seemed to be kind of a common theme. So with the firearm, he sent a handwritten note to go through the issues that he saw with 6-arc. I'm curious if you agree with him. Here we are, my personalized letter from my good friend Bill Geissele. Appreciate you, Bill. I think my favorite part of this whole thing is he clearly like wrote this on some paper that was somewhere near his desk at one point in time and then photocopied it and sent it to me. So real appreciate that. But no, you know, it's really interesting. Basically, to kind of summarize, the Geissele Freedom Rifle, he created this because he saw some major issues he felt with the 6-arc cartridge. So he decided to build a new, as he put, revolutionary rifle, a system, not a bunch of cobbled together parts, which is what he was seeing in some of these 6-arcs that were being offered. The main engineering problems he solved to fix were as follows. 1, bullet damage when feeding. Plastic bullet tips breaking off during that process. 2, barrel supply and poor quality. I gotta agree with him on that one. Proof Research, I believe, has changed that because their barrels, everyone I've had 2 of them now, they freaking hammer. But, and I've not seen the tips getting damaged while feeding through those, but I don't know. But I will, the barrel supply there for quite some time was not good and it was very poor quality. Number 3, the barrel extension and lack of precision. Again, I gotta agree with them there until Proof Research came out with their barrels and those things freaking one hole. It's awesome. 4, great accuracy, but only in ringer barrels. It was not consistent. I agree with him on that. 5, poor bolt life. Now, a lot of guys have talked about this, so I'm not gonna spend much time, but basically, this runs an AR-15 bolt that is hogged out for the wider diameter 6 arc, okay? In doing that, what some guys said was happening is they were shearing off some of the lugs off the AR-15 bolt that had been hogged out. I've not had a single issue with mine. Mine absolutely hammers, and I don't remember where I got it, but I think it was CMC, but I'll put it in the description or something. But that is the argument. Now, again, I've not seen it happen yet, and I've got at least a couple thousand rounds of arc down barrel. So maybe some of those guys that are running them in like DMR matches, most of my stuff is coyote hunting and precision. Maybe some of those guys doing DMR saw that as an issue. I've not had that issue, but I have heard that. Number 6, extraction weakness. Probably agree with him on that one. Again, you'll see shooting later. We shot, I don't know, a couple hundred rounds through these today. Didn't have any feeding issues, any extract, nothing. It was smooth as butter. And we put 4 different factory offings, and you know daddy, when he loads them up, he loads them hotter than what comes from the factory. So interesting there. And then lastly, his 7-point magazines in all caps and 3 exclamation marks. So the magazines issues, I was fortunate enough, I did a bunch of research, bought the mag that everyone told me would work. It's worked fine for me. I've got a 30 in a 10 rounder, but his mags, people rave about. Now, you gonna pay for them, bruh. They expensive, but they've apparently solved the issue. Then he goes into great detail of exactly how they fixed those 7 issues. I like this, I respect this. All right, guys, it's already been a day, but here we are with the Geissele GFR. We're gonna start with the classic 108 grain match 6 arc reloading from Hornady. This is a Steiner MX5, I think is what this is, and then I'm gonna shoot 2 groups up on the top targets here. So let's check it out. Same spot. Here we go, next top right dot, or square rather. Well, had one kind of flyer in there, but all in all, it's a really consistent little group. 25-37, so I'd say we're probably 2/10 low. So I'm gonna make an adjustment. We're gonna go up to the tower. We're gonna send some at distance. Here we go, 108 grain, ELD match, 6 arc. Doing 25-45 out of the Geissele GFR 18-inch. We zeroed at 100, shot 2 good little groups, and we're gonna take it out to 6. Now I tried to pick a day where there wasn't any wind because I'm gonna try to shoot some small targets out there, but obviously you can hear what happened with that. So here we go, we're gonna try it anyway. 600 yards, my dope is what, Teddy? Here we go, 4.6 at 600. I'm gonna start on the coyote because again, I don't know where my elevation is on this thing, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna roll in 5/10 left just for the camera here. All right, just on its belly button. So it looks to be about 2/10 low. All right, let's send 5 at that 1 MOA target, see what happens. Here we go. Picked up on me. Impact. Off left. Impact. Off left. Ooh. What happened there? I wonder if I got one mixed in with a different batch. Let's try that again. Impact. Yeah, that must have been. All right, so I'm not gonna count that last one. I'm gonna say we went 3 for 5 on a 6x6 inch plate at 600 yards in what's proving to be about 10 mile an hour wind. so far the 6 arc and the GFR is doing its thing, homie. All right, stop recording. Okay guys, next we're gonna move into a staple. A lot of guys use this to hunt and or compete with. It's Hornady's black 105 grain boat tail hollow point 6 arc. So we're gonna check this out. So I know this stuff is good stuff, so let's see what it does with the GFR. All right, there we go. A bad little group, man. That Mirage, dude, down us being so close to the ground is throwing my reticle like crazy. I'd say both those groups are about an inch. Not shabby. Again, with all this Mirage especially, it's really not too bad. So I think elevation, I'm gonna leave elevation alone. And let's go put some on at distance. Okay, so my dope is calling for 5, and I figured out on the first set with the 108, I didn't change the speed accordingly, so that's why we were 2/10 low. So I'm gonna send one at the coyote again, just to check elevation, and then we'll go see what we can do with the smaller stuff. There we go. Okay, coyote, now that wind is twisting on us out there, so I'm just gonna hold straight up. Let's see what we get, because it's been in our face here a little bit, even though it looks left to right. I'm gonna give it 2/10, let's see. Is that a vital shot, or was that just underneath the vitals?
He was just underneath.
Okay. I'm gonna roll 4/10 left. Let's see what we get here. Bottle shot. Elevation look good though?
Yes, sir.
All right, that on the stinking head. All right, here we go. Let's send one at the 1 MOA. All right, yeah, I'm too much.
Top left edge.
Well,
About 4/10 right.
impact, and I broke it.
Shoot some diamonds, baby.
Impact,
Dead nuts, dude.
impact. Miss. That's kind of fun. Well, that other target on the far left, I measured it when we were out there, is 6 inches wide. So instead of going down and fixing that target, I'm going to start shooting that one. So, because I hate diamonds. Anyway, a good performance 105. We got a number of hits on a 1 MOA out of whatever 7 or 8 shots. Once I figured out the wind, she was consistent. I think we hit 3 or 4 in a row.
Yep.
So that's solid, man. 600 yards, 6x6 inch plate. Serious performance. All right, guys, here we are on to the 103 ELDx Precision Hunter. Again, factory ammo from Hornady. 103 grain ELDx bullet. A lot of guys use these for deer hunting, coyote hunting, what have you. I've not used these a ton yet, and so I'm curious to see how they perform. All right, here we go. Geissele GFR with the Hornady Precision Hunter 103 ELDx. Good little group. From here, if I had to guess, I'd say 0.8, something like that. 2610 was the average on those 3. Here we go. And we're gonna go top right square on the bottom set. Ooh, that's a great little group. That's for sure half inch, if not better. I would say probably better than half inch. Really good. The average there was 26.13 on those 6 shots. The extreme spread was incredibly low. Let's check that out real quick. I'm curious. 6 shots, standard dev of 6.1, average of 26.13, extreme spread at 19.3. Factory ammo, wow, that's exceptional. So excited to see what this does at distance. Let's go take it up top. All right, guys, we're gonna take it out to 600 with the 103 Precision Hunter 103 ELDx factory load by Hornady. Interestingly enough, the dope on this is less than the dope with the 105s. So it's giving us a dope of 4.65. We'll see when we get out here. We've had to add a 10, so my zero could be off. I'm laying on the ground over there and Mirage is crazy. But here we go, 600, baby. Oh, wind's picked up.
Impact.
Vital shot. All right, here we go. You ready? One them away. Boom. Boom. Off left. Off right. Oh, I hate diamonds. Nah, guys, that diamonds, man, diamonds are tough to hit, especially one away diamonds. So I'm gonna go, the far left target is only 6 inches wide. So that's, I'm gonna take it back to that kind of one away there since that plate popped off on us. Here we go. I think I got 5 loaded up. Let's send 5 more. 103 ELDx. Off right. Boom. 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 3 for 5. Take that. Geissele GFR doing his thing so far. 103 grain Precision Hunter factory ammo ELDx. Went 2 for 6, 2 for 7, whatever the first round was, and then went 3 for 5 on the 1 MOA target. Very nice. Here it is, YouTube world. This is what it takes to bring you quality content. We gotta get in the gator and freaking run cattle away from the target set. You're welcome, world. What do you think? Good?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, impact back hip. All right, about 3/10. Here we go. I'm gonna go 1 MOA. Let's try it. Who cares? All right. Oh, dude. What the?
That was like.
I'm gonna go silhouette. Let's see. No, go back to coyote. Here we go. Above it. Impact, leg. All right, guys. Cows are coming back in anyway. That was fun. 80 grain ELDVTs. Not meant for 600 yards. But I've had great success with this particular round, killing coyotes at 200, 300, and 400 yards. So I think I've gone to like low 3s. I'm gonna look back through footage, but for sure 100, 200, 300 yard coyote slayer, no doubt about it. It hits with some authority. So that's it for our shooting today. Really appreciate you guys checking us out. Hey, again, guys, really want to thank Eagle Armory, man, for sourcing this rifle. This is an incredibly hard to find rifle, and it's super expensive, and just so appreciative of those guys. They have sourced so many crazy off the wall cool firearms. It's not even funny. 8.6 blackout B&T, which is a video we're going to do soon. The Mark 12s, like legit tactical stuff that you can't find anywhere. These guys can help you find it. Check them out. I'll put their info in the description. Really appreciate them stepping up. Eagle Armory. Check them out. Thanks, guys. Thank you to Hornady again as well. Really appreciate them sending some ammo for us to test. All right, guys, this is Teddy sending with the Recce GFR 16-inch 108 grain ELD match. Which one are you going for?
825.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go for the right silhouette. Sending.
Send it. Back. Back again. Looks like the top right shoulder. Back. Back. Big belly button there. Off right, top right shoulder.
All right. So we got 4 for 5 at 825 on a 16-inch Geissele. 6 arc.
Factory ammo.
ELDm 108s.
Nice, dude.
Those are dope.
Nice. My ultimate opinion on the rifle. It was very accurate today. It shot everything except the 80 grain ELDVTs very well, which is so interesting because I've shot that factory load through my 6 arc, which again is a Radian builder's kit with an 18-inch proof research barrel, and my sit-up hammers too. Mine shot the 80 grains really well. Matter of fact, the first group I ever shot out of it was a .158 with a thermal on it. So this one didn't seem to like those, but it sure as heck liked everything else. You're also gonna see, man, we shot a 1 MOA target at 600 yards, guys, with a 6 arc, all right? That is game changing. And my goal, I told the guy that was helping me, shout out Teddy, holla at him. I told the guy that was helping me, you know, I expect to go 3 out of 5 on this 1 MOA. And he was like, holy cow, really? And I'm like, yeah, I think these guns are very capable of that. We pretty much did that today with everything except the 80s, which weren't meant to shoot that far, right? That wasn't really a fair test. But with my gun, I have the exact same experience. So I'd say mine is much more accurate than most. These 2 different ones you shot at the end there, we also shot at 800 something yards on a like B zone type target, and went 4 for 5 out of a 16-inch barrel with the Recce here. So really cool. It's very, very accurate. I'll give him that. It feeds exceptionally well. It looks awesome. And the trigger's fantastic. 2-stage obviously, but the trigger feels really good. I think all in all, it's the sort of excellence you expect from Geissele. That is what my experience has been. Can you build one now as accurate? You can, for sure. But I say that having a gun that's as accurate, but it's had feeding issues. So I don't know, you tell me. Ultimately, awesome gun, really cool. Eagle Armory hooked it up. Really appreciate those guys. Really a fun experience. You can see we use 7.62 flows as that is the muzzle device that they put on these. Well done, well played, Bill. That is the right suppressor for this gun, period. In my opinion, that is the right suppressor for any 6 arc AR-15 platform type of gun. It's flow through, it's freaking tremendous. We didn't wear ears all day. We were under an overhang for most of the shooting, no problem. I personally believe this 6 arc has done away with the need for 18-inch 223, 5.56 hunting platforms, period. Now, you want to run out, well, I can get more performance out of a 6.5, a 6.5 Grendel. No, you can't. I'd be happy to argue those data points with you. A 6.5 Creedmoor, yeah, you're right, for sure. But then you've got to step up to an AR-10, and you'll see no serious predator hunter, and most serious shooters don't touch AR-10s because they're heavy, they're clunky. It's just not, it's not the American way. So I would strongly advise against that. I think this is right in range. I mean, our dope was like 4.6, 4.8 out to 600 yards. We're smacking 1 MOA targets 2 or 3 times out of 5 shots. Guys, that is next level, and you're doing it with a 100 grain plus bullet, as opposed to the 5.56 where you're tapping out at the 77 tip Match Kings or Sierra Match Kings usually. I have just shot too many coyotes and had perfect shot placement with a 77, watch them dump and then get up and take off. This 6 arc platform has changed that for me and done so in a profile that I don't have any more exposure issue, what have you, than I do with my AR-15. Now, you know your boy went to a bolt gun because I want them dropping hard and hot, not moving. No risk. If I were hog hunting more, 6 ARC all day long. Matter of fact, that's what I took last time I went. But I now run the 6 ARC as my backup coyote gun and absolutely love the cartridge. There's just so much more you can do with a 100 grain bullet than you can with that 77 and below and a 223, my opinion, especially at distance. And you saw the performance today, exceptional, shooting a 6x6 inch plate at 600 yards, awesome. Negatives. The only negatives I really found to this is one, first the obvious one, cha-ching, price point, baby. Okay, 3,300 to 3,700 bucks. That's a lot of Skrilla. But again, if you're someone who demands excellence, I think you're gonna find it in this product for sure. Oh, by the way, I don't know Bill. This is a photocopied letter. I have no connection with Geissele whatsoever. Your boy's a mostly bolt gun shooter, so like this is my unbiased opinion. But that price point, baby, woo, she hot. Number 2 issue I have, the magazines. Yes, they work, but dadgum, those boogers are expensive. All right, I wanna say this thing's like 130 bucks for a 30 rounder and too much for a 10 and 15, whatever else he does. They work, but you're gonna pay for it. Negative there, didn't like that. Thirdly, I've heard the comment that this can be a hunting gun. I think it can for sure, but they're bragging about its lightweight nature capability. I didn't get that today. It wasn't heavy, but I picked up my gun in between stands. I was just goofing around with it, and mine's slightly lighter. So could this be a hunting gun? Absolutely, especially if you're hunting off tripods. But like this whole concept that it's like this super lightweight deal, which I have heard some on the internet. I was doing my homework before this, guys were saying, I disagree with that. But it's not heavy by any stretch of the imagination. And then lastly, guys, the last knock I have, for this kind of money and for it to not be an ambi lower, come on, Bill. Hey, add number 8, bro. Put number 8 on there for me. Ambi lowers only. Geissele has rumored they're working on one. I was a little shocked it wasn't on this gun. So that was my last knock. But all in all, guys, I think it's a great rifle platform, great setup, super accurate as we displayed today with factory loads. You do some reloading yourself with the same Hornady bullets, you might be able to get very similar outcomes. So all in all, hope you enjoyed the video. This was a super fun one to make. We got some more fun content coming. Again, lastly, really appreciate Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Really appreciate Hornady stepping up and being a sponsor, providing the ammo, and really appreciate Eagle Armory letting us borrow these guns to perform this testing. Guys, give this a thumbs up here, hit us a like, a subscribe, let us know what other content you want to see. Until next time, holla.